Hello everyone, my name is Arif and welcome to the very first episode of Driver Review. This is a brand new series where we throw away the standard spec sheets and talk about the everyday experiences of the cars we actually drive. What's the better way to kick things off than with my very own daily driver, the Proton Persona Elegance SE? I've got to say, right off the bat, I'm incredibly happy with this car and I'm genuinely grateful to the previous owner for passing it down in such a great condition. Let's talk numbers here first, because it's honestly the ultimate budget build. I managed to snag the body of this car for around 7.5k. From there, I invested around another 3.5k to get everything properly sorted out. And recently, I just threw another 300 ringgit for two brand new tires. So, all in, we're looking roughly about 11k for a fully functional, reliable daily driver. And the best part, upkeep is incredibly cheap. Parts for Proton are everywhere in Malaysia, and Persona is an older model, so it's also quite accessible. If you like getting your hands dirty with DIY projects like I do, this car is an absolute breeze to work on. I'm talking about the minor things, not the mechanical heavy lifting and whatnot. Moving to the outside, I've always loved the overall look and the elegance of the Persona line, but my specific unit has a bit of a twist. It's slightly lowered from the usual factory height. That drop gives it a much more aggressive, sporty stance that I absolutely love looking at. The rims I have over here are 17 inches rather than the factory spec of 15 inches. And even with that lowered sporty look, it doesn't sacrifice the everyday practicality. If you walk around to the back, the boot space here is massive. It's giving you all the room you need for your daily hauling. And grocery run is quite easy in this car. But how does it actually drive? Well, the engine has a very unique feel. When you step on the gas, there is this sudden, slightly laggy acceleration, but then it just punches forward. And it's incredibly fun. Plus, the performance sound this car makes under acceleration is surprisingly good. But where this car truly shines is the handling. It's called Proton's handling. So this is absolutely crazy how tight this thing handles, and it has honestly saved me from multiple accidents. In fact, just earlier today, a biker came spinning through my blind spot, and the sharp handling let me dodge them instantly. Speaking of blind spots, that brings me directly to the drawbacks. So, as a tall guy, I would say an average tall guy, the visibility inside this cabin can be a real issue. There are definitely a lot of blind spots you have to look out for. As soon as you step inside and you see that the interior is starting to show its age, the leather seats and the steering wheel, it actually probably have seen better days. And they're slowly losing their color over time. And if you're carrying passengers, trust me, the back seats aren't exactly the definition of comfort either. On the bright side, the in-car entertainment completely surprised me. The car still runs the original factory speakers, and honestly, they sound amazing. I breathed some new life into them by installing this third-party Android player, and by tweaking the EQ just a bit via the system, I get a perfect punchy sound for my daily commutes. Now we have to talk about the elephant in the room, the suspension. I'm running an adjustable suspension setup right now. It's not the factory spec. And while I love the sporty look and the build it gives the car, it completely sacrifices comfort. It gets incredibly noisy the second I try to dial the adjustment down to a soft or medium settings. Now, I've sat in other personas with proper stock setups and they're actually very quiet and comfortable. But because of some personal circumstances and the sheer cost of swapping out the entire setup versus repairing what's there, I'm holding it off for now. We'll definitely save this deep dive into the suspension saga for a completely separate video. Uh, just keep an eye out for that. Next thing I'd like to complain about is the cabin noise. When you drive at lower speeds, the cabin noise is very low. The engine humming, nothing. AC running, you can't hear. But as soon as you floor the car a bit, like maybe let's say go above 80 kilometers per hour and beyond, you do get to hear the tire noise, the road noise, and then the AC, like, pumping out the engine. Well, I do enjoy the noise that the engine makes, but I do hate the tire noises because when you're driving really fast and let's say you're just having a calm conversation, you can't be having the conversation whatsoever. I have to scream while I'm speaking to people in the vehicle at those moments. All in all, despite the interior wear, the blind spots, and the noisy ride, I'm so incredibly happy with this car for the price, the performance, and the sporty look. It's just an amazing package. And that's it for the first episode of Driver Review. If you guys really liked it, do let me know in the comments below. Until then, I'll talk to you guys later. Take care. Bye bye.